To go.
That's it.
So you're recording now.
Yeah.
And we're having a look at some drones. Our TAFE New South Wales activities which are taken up into the air, but there's also a couple of serious questions that I need to ask about what's going on with all these kids who have been given these Christmas presents, the drones for Christmas, and flying them around. We've got some good advice, I suppose, for any budding pilots out there. So I'll take some time to introduce a couple of members of the team who are here. So I've got Andrew Treese, who's joining me. He's a TAFE employee, and great to have you along, Andrew. Welcome.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here and have a go at this Facebook Live stream. It's exciting and breaking new ground for us as well. And from a drone platform point of view, it's a good experiment. So,
and you'll be flying one of the drones today, Andrew?
Yeah, I'm going to be flying the drone that you see the footage from at the moment, and then we've got another operator that's going to be flying his agricultural drone as well at the same time. So I'll let you do the introduction there.
And Mark, I believe.
Yes,
Thank you for joining us, mate.
Not a problem.
And so whereabouts are you from, Mark?
I'm from, which is agriculture is the way of the future with drones.
And I've seen your drone compared to ours, mate.
Put 5 litres of earth dung needles on paddocks, and I also use it for cremation urns.
Okay.
Ash, yes.
So you're using them fully operationally as part of your work.
That's correct. That's
wow.
correct. Yes.
Okay. Well, on that note, let's go and see if we can get these drones up into the air.
So that's all things that don't come out in the cardboard box when you get your little toy from the toy shop.
Yeah, so that's really interesting. If I've purchased one of these drones and I'm looking for a bit of this kind of information, you as a TAFE New South Wales teacher, I understand it comes through the aviation training course and qualification that we offer, that we're starting to offer some of these courses. Could you tell us a little bit about that, please, mate?
Yeah, so the background in my field is as a commercial pilot and flying instructor, so the main interest I've got in it is the safety of everyone that's using the airspace. So with the drones being the most popular Christmas present this year, really we've got to keep the education up to make sure that everyone that's operating this equipment operates it in a way that keeps everyone safe. They're a very exciting toy to use, but they can also be quite dangerous if you don't give them the respect they're due.
Great. And so right now we're seeing the drone virtually stationary up in the air. Could you tell us a little bit about what makes that possible with the technology built into the drone?
Yeah, so we're actually operating a Phantom 4, which is the second latest release from DJI. It has a lot of sensors in it, so it's got accelerometers, it's got barometers, it's got GPS feed as well. So it's able to lock its position in space and maintain position using the atmospheric pressure and everything, all of those sensors, so it becomes quite easy to fly. We do need to do training to make sure that we can operate the aircraft when those systems fail. So if we have solar activity or space storms, they can knock out the GPS signals or make them unreliable. So we've got to be very careful and still have some physical skills while we operate this sort of equipment.
Okay, and if I'm looking to embark on a career using this kind of technology, where would I start, and what kind of application? So what kind of careers are actually out there now, and what's growing?
Yeah, so probably the most widely known is the aerial photography. So that's a given with real estate and inspections and things like that. But we're seeing some really interesting industries come on board. So the dispersal of bugs over agriculture. We're also seeing a lot of innovation into organic application onto crops as well, not live bugs. So yeah, agriculture seems to be a big improvement, and mapping and radar systems. So using that to map property and even buildings. You can walk these machines through buildings and see it'll build a map in the computer program and make a 3D model of a building.
Wow, it's incredible. So tell us a little bit about how it's actually working with TAFE and some of the work that you're doing here in the far north coast to bring this technology into I guess a normal TAFE qualification.
Yep, so what we're looking for is we're setting up a program so that we can deliver sub 2 kilo training, so people can come in, get their hands on, see if they like the flight process itself, make sure it's a career for them, and then we're looking at expanding with our industry contacts into bigger machinery and heavier lifting capabilities and actual job specific training after that.
Great. Now, we're seeing live pictures here, so we're on the shot right now, Andrew.
Yeah, we are. So the great advantage of the consumer level models, they come kitted out with very good cameras at this point, and they're increasing all the time in their quality. So yeah, it's straight out of the box. We're able to get some great footage and do some tricky things like streaming live.
Fantastic.
We've got Mark here as well. He's got his applicator machine for a demonstration as well. So we will get him up in the air shortly just to show us what his machine's capable of.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see if we can get Mark walk with us now. We'll see if we can get Mark to get his machine up and into the air.
Okay.
So we're going to just walk over. Now, there's a lot of stories in the media about the different creative applications of these drones at the moment. Andrew, I had heard some interesting one. What's probably the most bizarre kind of application you've heard of a drone being used for in recent times?
Well, as a matter of fact, the most interesting one that I've heard of recently was actually Mark, who's our other pilot, and he actually uses it for a memorial, so he's dispersing human ashes from his drone as a payload. So that's a really interesting use of the machinery.
Wow, that's a commercial use right now.
As a commercial use right now. So just this morning he had a job before he arrived here. So yeah, dispersal of human ash as a memorial for people. It might be aviators or just people that want to have that special event as a send-off. So, and
a perfect example of just how prevalent these drones have become and the types of creative applications.
Yeah,
I was thinking more about the pizzas that are being delivered. I had heard of a story of a guy in the US who was actually taxidermying animals and putting them on drones, and so people were sort of reacting to thinking there were these floating animals in the sky, which was quite bizarre. As we can just see now, I don't know, Andrew, whether or not you'll be able to, from your drone, get a live picture of Mark's larger drone, which is just going up into the air.
Yeah, we should have that in the live feed now. So we're following him around as he's taken off. We're just going to get out into the nice clear area in the paddock so we can see what's going on there.
Will that enable him to do that the normal commercially purchased model might not be able to?
Yeah, so really what we're looking at there is payload. So Mark's machine up to the 25 kilos, whereas ours is just under 1400 grams when it's empty. So realistically what we're looking there is the payload that it can carry and the application you can do. So the consumer drone straight off the shelf, you're probably really looking at just a bit of photography or video footage and a general have a look around, whereas the larger equipment can operate and carry a payload while they fly. So yeah, it's really about the payload, and you can do whatever you like with that, be as inventive as you can, and that's probably the advantage on the bigger machine. Once you get over the 7 kilo mark, which Mark's machine obviously is, it's up to the 20 plus kilos, then you're looking at needing a different licence to operate that size aircraft.
Okay.
So yeah,
And so just for us, because if we're going to start to head towards wrapping this one up, mate, if I'm a student looking to come down and find out a bit more about these drones, I obviously can go online to courses.tafeNSW.edu.au. The drone stuff does go within the aviation courses, so you can find out more information there. You can call our 131601 number and talk to our staff about what options are available near you. So up there in the sky now, I can see we've probably got a good view down on the campus, and
yeah, we can see the campus, the yurt going up behind us at the Bright Sparks event, and also the drone flying field with the undercover areas. So yeah, really great spot to come and learn, and well clear of any of the airspace and people restrictions that we tend to get around other locations. So
all right, pleasure to be here, and I've had a go at flying. It's extremely fun and very addictive. I might end this broadcast now and see if I can have another go under the tutelage, of course, of the experts like yourself, Andrew.
All right,
so we'll
thanks
sign
so
off.
much for sharing it.
Yeah, thanks very much, and enjoy the rest of the week.
Right.